Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Stellaris with me, Alfapiomega, Star Trek New Horizons mod and the Tholian assembly. So, we have just claimed Bergin as a world for us. We have been here and then we have left and now we are back. Things are going awesome. So Bergin is one of the worlds in the Haskell sector, but I remember I wanted to make it the capital. Haskell itself not that great, so we would much rather have the capital in Haskell. But let's see if we can do this. So how's this sector? Okay, let's delete the sector. Hums is where? Down here, so that one will be there, but Portas sector needs to be deleted as well. So okay, you know what? Let's remove Hums as well. We'll see how that works. So Bergin is our new capital. So let's start a sector here, and that one should help. Okay, Bergin. Oh, really? Just Haskell? Really? I would not have guessed that. So as we are leaving Portas, I think... Well, but we can't have Hums as a capital. That doesn't make any sense. Wow, that's really weird. Okay, let's have Coelho as a sector. And that one has... Wow, we really have to have a Hums as its own sector. That is strange, because that's a Riemann world, and I'm not entirely certain that's a good idea. Doesn't really go with the whole roleplay. We'll have to see if we can do something about that. So, Coelho. You deserve a governor that will give you... Oh, you definitely need this. Bergin will have... But actually, no, Bergin will have... Bergin will have you, because you give lowered build cost. And Coelho will have... Sources production? No, oh, okay, we drop, keep. And Hums will have the last one, which gives... He's stubborn and gives soldier production for some reason. Well, you know, on the other hand, these are sort of our soldiers. You can see it that way, so maybe that actually makes sense. Anyway, it's painful right now for me, because I'm managing 10,000 things at once. All the worlds are changing, we are working on everything. I'm just desperately waiting for this population on Halman to finish so I can just move these people elsewhere. We can move them on Lander, we can move them on Cockerham, we can move them pretty much anywhere we want. But I think I'm gonna move them... Well, I could move them to Bergin. That would be one thing worth mentioning. Well, and Beta Renner is still losing population. Wow. But this should help. The city should help. Extra... Yeah. Hopefully. Damn. This is crazy. So anyway, dealing with the planets is my goal for this episode. I'd also really like to finish up the tradition and get the supremacy, which will give us starbase capacity increased by 2, and that is something that I'm googling for a long time. And we might also see a couple of new technologies. The Chemosite torpedo will come, the astrometrics will come, and maybe even the superconducting metamaterials, which should increase our energy production significantly. Well, this is interesting. We get an event that I haven't in a long time gotten. The mysterious moon of Beta Runner. Now that Beta Runner has been settled for a while, some data irregularities have been noticed. Specifically, the moon Beta Runner 3A does not seem to be made of remotely similar material to Beta Runner. This suggests it was not formed at the same time, but rather originally formed elsewhere and somehow was captured by the gravity of Beta Runner at a later date. Quite where the Beta Runner 3A come from is a mystery. Oh, that's interesting. So is that regarding our new colony? Beta Runner 3A. Yeah, it is regarding our Y-class colony. Geoactive. Wait, no, that was geo-inactive planet. Okay, and we have a science ship right here with no leader, but we can fix that easily. It's actually not a bad idea. Let's recruit you. Maniacal. Society research. Spark of genius. Oh, okay. So these guys all have trades, expertise, industry, spark of genius, and maniacal. So you are going to be switched with him, and the new free scientist will go investigate this. What, we don't need a ship to this? Wait, what? I am confused. Who does this then? Situation log. Connected details, sir. Oh! Okay, so that's just a project. Wow, we're getting 638 per month? Damn. Okay, scientist skill, administrator materialist. It's actually pretty cool. So, we're gonna research this project. Who died? Oh, scientist Urine in Goralis. And Vidian Sodality made peace with Kravic Imperative. White peace. Where's the Kravic Imperative? Here. Wait, he changed the color for some reason. What's up with that? No, wait, that's Praevor Auxiliary, isn't it? Wait, it's Devora here. Praevor Auxiliary is a machine fanatics, and Kravic Imperative is also you? Really? Machine fanatics. That's interesting. I never really knew. I don't know the story that's happening here, honestly, so I'm really interested in seeing what that's gonna be like. Anyway, one good piece of news that I would like to mention is that we are slowly crawling towards the Klingon. Their fleet power is still superior and their economic power is still superior, but we are getting there. We are by no way a challenge for them. They have about twice of our population, but I'm pretty sure most of these are slaves. Only Klingons, and there's less Klingons than us, are free. So that might mean that their planets are not as effective, would be probably the right word. So situation log, 2 more months, 1 more month. What can I tell you in the meantime as well? Well, the Federation is getting higher again. Fleet power is equivalent and economic power is equivalent, but their technology level is superior, which is interesting. I could rival them if I wanted to, but I'd need to get a planet near them, so that would mean, swallowing whole the Cardassians or someone else. Most likely the Bajorans would be a good choice here, but Bajorans are actually not that mad at me, so I don't really feel like That's a top priority for me. And I've rebuilt our fleet, that's also worth mentioning. And I'm working on the 4th fleet, which recently got a battle cruiser, and I don't think we're building anything else here at the moment. So we might... No, we're building a cruiser. Okay, so I ordered the battle cruiser and a cruiser. So let's see what this is gonna be like. Project should complete right about now.
Special product complete.
Okay. And we got nothing. Okay, no modifier or anything. I am confused, honestly, what happened. Huh, weird. Oh, wait, here it is. Dimensional travelers. Unraveling one mystery has led to another. We now know that Beta Runner 3A was drawn or was sent into the orbit of Beta Runner from another dimension. Unfortunately, we have no idea why, as besides a slightly different level of background radiation, Beta Runner 3A seems utterly unremarkable. Still more baffling is how the machinery found at the center of Beta Runner 3A, which presumably enabled the dimensional shift, works. For now, it might as well be magic. Okay, so that was just 250 research for 1500 other research? That's certainly a bit weird. Okay, but by the time right now we should see that Beta Runner is no longer in decline. That's awesome. And we're actually making progress. Good, good. Well, here we go. We have just researched the chemicide torpedo, which is a really useful technology. I'm gonna get into that in a second. And now we have a couple of options. We can go with heavy armor plating and next stage hull construction technology, or we can just go with defense platform hull plating plus 15. Let's go with the heavy armor plating and look in a bit more detail on the chemicide torpedo. So actually we can't really use it here. Okay, so can, for example, destroyers? Nope, not even you guys. Oh, you could. Okay, so it requires a bigger slot. So we're currently using light photonic torpedoes, which do 22 to 45 damage, and the chemicide does 27 to 81. Okay, so it's definitely better. Average damage is only slightly higher, but the important thing is that this does way more damage to shields, which I believe all of our weapons do not. Only have some penetration. Let's see the cruisers. Minus 50 shield. Okay, so what about you? Use... Okay, so some of the Tationic cannons have a penetration but lack shield damage. And you guys lack shield damage but have extra armor damage. Still thinking that it might... Oh, but you can't. Crap. It has to be... Okay. So let's just put it on our destroyers. I like the idea behind that. So Orb Weavers will have it, and you guys can. So just Orb Weavers. But it's still good, because we now have a dedicated weapon against shields, which will give us a bit of a knack. Okay, we don't really have that many of those, it seems. Interesting. So I should probably build more Orb Weavers. Oh, and the 4th fleet now has the cruiser. So what else can we build here? You got 94.
Our ships
So
are
wait, if I
operating.
build 4 destroyers, that would be 9, 18, 27, 36. That would be exactly what you need. Okay, so let's build 4 orb weavers to get them a bit more into our fleet. Actually, wait, do you have them? You have no cruisers, okay. So let's build 2 orb weavers and 2 focus glass. So that we have something against shields and against enemies without shields. And we're getting very close into building this last star base. God damn it. In 4 months, we're gonna get the astrometrics. Now, I am currently terraforming 2 worlds that we haven't been terraforming last time, and that is Halman and Portas. Both of those populations have been moved to safe locations, in my opinion. I don't think the slaves would agree, but other than that, we are happy. Berging is having some trouble, Betaron is having some trouble. It's mostly the rulers who we have no use for, unfortunately. Same with, I think, Cockerham, yeah, and Thrower, yeah. It's always the rulers. They're the issue here. So I'm trying to somehow incorporate them, but it's gonna take a while. And by the time that we get places like, Halman and I think Portas, yes, Halman and Portas back, they will have their own rulers. So yeah, it's not actually working out that nice. Because actually, why aren't you docked? Because you're in a wrong system. So go to Vilmont, and you're still staying there. Yeah. Okay. Well, the second technology, astrometrics, has been finished. So, if I understand this correctly, this will give me a special type of buildings that we can now focus on. Awesome. And we're back here. Okay, let's try to get rid of the dense jungles. Not that it really matters, but... Okay, well... Can't we build...
Construction complete.
Ah, okay, so it's an extra building. Interesting.
Construction complete.
Okay, so that is actually really good. So we can see here that we produce society research. Most of our production is society research. So I'll destroy this neutron enricher and instead build me the biolab if I can find it. Wait, I can only build one? Why can't I build another one, a different one? It just offers me this one. Well, okay, I'll still build it. It's 15 extra research, but that is super weird. How about here? Nope, nothing at all. Banking complex. Commercial zone. Nope, I don't see it. That's a bit weird. Only Kila, maybe? Yeah, I can build it here. But none of the others. What's the requirements? Engineering. Exotic materials may only be built on planets with... Oh, it requires an anomaly deposit. Okay, so it's based on deposits. Okay, that's good. I can work with that. I just wish it told me a bit more about it, but hey. Okay, and Coil is growing nicely. That's awesome. We could fit more people in there. Generally, it's starting to stabilize. Places like Beta Runner will never be okay, but Voodoo now has 23 billion people, and Lysapia has only 42 billion. So we'll be moving more people into Voodoo soon. Am I building? Yes, I'm upgrading the Overseer administration to make it a bit more peaceful here, but then there's Geminite Artisan Shop, so we can move some specialists there, slave districts and other things, removing, yeah, it works fine. So I guess this is all for this episode. We haven't done everything I wanted, but we're very close. 25 months to getting supremacy. I can't wait. We're also very close to getting Nukia Abyss. We just need 30 more months. And the lure comes afterwards. And I think that after that, we might actually consider stealing some more territory from the Green. But we'll need to claim a couple of things. I'd like to claim these two systems just for the design effect. And we might maybe go with Bayer and McEwen. But as these worlds are so hostile to us, I'm thinking, where is it? Bar 1. Actually, this one is arid. Okay, that's not hostile at all. And McEwen, the Panic Segir is Alpine. Well, that's not really good. But still, getting these 3 worlds and getting these 2 worlds would be a worthy task. I am pretty sure of that.